Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, I hope your week is off to a good start. We got a pretty day here in South Alabama. I got a lot of work to get done. The maid's coming to the house today, and I'm contemplating sneaking back down to Pensacola for the weekend. I get a little cooped up around here. There's just not a whole lot of activity in the little town where I am. And it'll be a good excuse to go down there and see if I can find any more of those mangoes. Man, I've really been enjoying the Kent mangoes that I got down there about 10 days ago. They were kind of, for a while, for some reason, I didn't think they were going to ripen just right. And then they surprised me. One day I said, well, let me cut into one. And I'm like, ooh, this is good. And they've just continuously got better day after day. So I'm hoping I can pick up some of those. And pretty soon after I shoot this video, I'm off to pick up another box of those Cara oranges, like 115 of them. But anyhow, to the point of the video, the best way to start a raw food diet, or restart, that's really important today. I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and get notifications when I have new videos. Best way to start a raw food diet. I've done a number of videos on this subject, and I'm just always trying to think of, you basically come up with different ways to say things that might resonate with different people. And also, some different methods here and there because, one thing doesn't necessarily work for everybody, and you just never know when you're going to say that right thing that makes it click for them. I remember when I was last practicing yoga regularly in Costa Rica, going to a good class every day. But then I'd go to another class, and you get a different teacher every once in a while, and they would say something, or you'd be doing an asana that you've done a million times, and they would just say something the right way about getting into it or like doing something. And the way they said it clicks, so that's why I'm always kind of trying to hit these things from a different angle. And like I said, this is good. I consider this good advice if you're just starting a raw food diet. But I think it's also good for people that are restarting, that have been off and on, that have had problems sticking to a raw food diet. Any number of scenarios there. And here it is. And as you guys know, my methods aren't pretty and fancy, and they're not like, okay, do this, and you don't need to write a whole bunch of stuff down. I'm just kind of like a big, clumsy caveman that steps on stuff, breaks stuff, and does it in that kind of way. But I like it. I get there. And the best way I can say is to just simply crowd out the bad stuff with good stuff. That sounds too simple to be effective. That sounds too simple to be practical or to actually work for you. But think about what I just said. Crowd out the bad stuff with good stuff. It's as simple as that. I can kind of feel that. I have proof of that every day, although I don't really have to struggle to stay eating fruit, stay raw. But I start eating early. And before anybody jumps in there, the next level people that try to get down, and they're experts and they want to talk about doing it the perfect way. Some people will say you should wait a little while in the morning, blah, 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 and you shouldn't eat so much, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fair enough. We won't get into that argument, but that's definitely not important in the beginning. You just want to kind of figure out how to start eating a diet based on fruits and vegetables. And the best way you can do that is just crowd out the bad stuff. I start early in the morning, and I always advise newbies to do that, and I always advise people that are struggling to do that. And you know what? It's kind of irksome. People are always telling me, yeah, I know, but. What does that actually mean when people say, yeah, I know, but? Or, yeah, I know, but I can't do that. What do you mean you can't do that? If you physically have fruit in the house, somebody's like preventing you, or it's psychological. It's bringing all this bullshit from other diets and other ways of thinking of getting healthy to doing this. You tell people over and over, like, no, you're not going to get fat on the fruit. You're not getting fat on fruit. Let me point that out to you. If you're getting fat and you're eating fruit, it's not the fruit that's making you fat. If you're not healing from something, it's not the fruit. The problems you're having are most likely not the fruit. It's the other stuff that you're doing around that. And I know it can be counterintuitive in the beginning, and especially to people that want to lose weight, to eat larger meals. It's just very diametrically opposed to what we've always thought. And everybody kind of goes through that, kind of the shock in the beginning of how much you really need to eat. But if, you know, I've said this in many videos before, cravings are really just psychological. Cravings, you know, I don't have a lot of empathy, sympathy for cravings, because you just don't do it. I mean, okay, I maybe have a craving to smoke crack, but I'm smart enough not to smoke crack. So if you know, use your logic sometimes. Just don't give in to your impulses or your base instincts on everything. You know, in the beginning, like I said, this is not a lifestyle of discipline for me, but in the beginning, if you got to exercise a little discipline, do it. But if you will crowd it out, if you eat so big, like, it's hard. I don't believe you can get cravings when you're full. Now, there was one person one time, there's always the devil's advocate, there's always the oddball that wants to be different than everybody. They think they have different circumstances. I said that one time, and they're like, oh, I do. I'm like, no, you don't. You're just trying to argue with me. How do you get a craving when you're full? That just doesn't compute. So if you're eating large amounts, like I say, you could almost power your way. Even if you were eating the standard American diet yesterday, maybe you put down your beer, your cigarette, and your food yesterday, and you're coming straight to this, you could still go pretty darn raw and eat a pretty good bit of fruit if you just kind of bull rushed your way through there. You get up in the morning, first thing, you make yourself, you make yourself a big smoothie. I would say bananas. Bananas are my go-to. I love bananas. Okay, if you can't get bananas, I'll just talk in the equivalency of calories and volume. Try to get yourself a big smoothie in the morning that's got 700, 800, 900 calories to it. If even if you have to, like I say, just keep steamrolling it, and you might eat a little bit too much. You know, who knows? But don't worry about that. You're just trying to get eating fruits and vegetables, getting on this raw food diet thing, and kind of starting over with a way of eating. So you eat a big breakfast. You plan yourself a snack for mid-morning. Before you know it, eat raw until noon. That's just like, I don't even know kind of what advice to give somebody if they couldn't do raw until noon. So you roll raw into noon. At noon, you eat big again. You eat a big lunch, whether it's you eat either the same equivalent. Eat 700, 800, 900 calories of fruit. Eat 700, 800, 900 calories of smoothie. Green smoothie would be good in the middle of the day. That's something I would highly recommend. You get yourself like 6 or 7, 8 bananas, the equivalent of that. Put yourself some greens in there. Use maybe some chia seeds, a little healthy omega-3 fat in there, and that's going to really be satiating. So now you do a big enough smoothie at the middle of the day, boom. Take yourself, if you're going to work or wherever you are, just have a snack planned in the afternoon. Boom, you're raw to dinner right there. You could almost roll out a standard American diet, living bad, to raw till dinner in one day. Just eating enough food. And in the beginning, or for people that are struggling, I would say plan that out. Don't even just kind of leave it to, okay, well, I'll try to do that throughout the day. If you need to, right now, if you're starting this, or if you want to restart, or if you've been struggling, do it today, sometime before today is over. Write down what you're going to eat tomorrow and make that plan. Okay, I'm going to get up in the morning, and you have that food ready. You're not guessing. This is in your house, or it's something you will have access to throughout your day. So you sit down. If you need to write it down, I mean, it's not like that much food that you can't remember. You figure, okay, I get up in the morning, whatever time you normally do your routine, blah, 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 maybe the same amount of time you usually eat breakfast. You just eat that bigger breakfast, and you eat what I just said. You eat the big smoothie. You eat banana and ice cream. Have an ice cream for breakfast. Banana and ice cream is a great way to start this lifestyle because, like I say, it's so good. And nobody's going to leave the table unsatisfied after banana and ice cream. But you plan out that whole day. You plan out, okay, this is what I'm going to have for breakfast, big breakfast. I've got my snack ready for mid-morning, later morning. I'm going to go big again at lunch, whether that be, and hey, I'm not saying necessarily, maybe you're not ready to go super high fruit yet. Lunch could also be like a big salad with a nice oil-free dressing. But okay, you go big breakfast, you go snack, you plan a big lunch like that, you plan a snack for say 2 or 3 o'clock, and boom, it's there. And if you even have to go that next step, if you have to set that food out, hell, I mean, break it down as far as you need to go to make it work for you. If you've got to like, actually, okay, here's my bananas out for my breakfast in the morning. Here's my snack. Here's lunch. Here's my snack in the afternoon. You've got all that right there. Make sure that it's enough food. Make sure that it's enough calories that's going to absolutely satiate you throughout the day. Stay hydrated. That helps too. And like I say, you've made it to dinner. You've made it to dinner right there. Now at dinner, you know, like I say, you could do, if you're just getting started on this, have yourself, don't worry about it. If you really feel like having raw, I'm not going to discourage you to keep on going raw, but then have yourself, you know, a nice cooked plant-based meal and just clean it up as you go. But it's little tricks. It's day by day. It's working at it. It's trial and error that makes anything work. And you need a plan. You need a plan anything you're going into. This doesn't just pertain to food or the raw food diet or whatever. This is kind of a, you know, when you're struggling, some people don't struggle at things. Some people don't struggle at this raw food diet. Some people don't have to think about this raw food diet. I only think about this raw food diet enough because I do videos and I like to share information and I like to share content and I like to learn more about the nuts and bolts of it. But as far as my eating goes, I don't put any thinking into my eating. I just eat. I just eat because I'm kind of in that zone. I've been doing it for a while, you know. In my living room or in my dining room table right now, there's probably 80 bananas. There's 10 in the freezer. So the bananas are perfect. They're always cycling. I've got oranges coming out the wazoo. So I'm good. I know what every day's going to be. But if you need to plan, if you need to have that exact what I'm going to eat throughout the day, do that. But you can just bum rush your way through to this diet. And like I say, once you kind of free your mind, jump in there, and start eating the proper quantity of fruits and vegetables that you need to be eating, this ain't going to be like a chore. You're going to get it. It's not going to be like, okay, I can make myself do this. This is going to be what you want to eat. Well, I'll finish up with this. You know, no matter, like, I eat very simple, and I know a lot of times people will see my stuff on Instagram or they'll hear me talk about it here and go, well, God, that's crazy. I wouldn't want to live like that. Like, why is he so extreme, or why does he do this or that? Or, you know, like right now I'm just eating like basically 3 things. I eat what I eat because I enjoy everything I'm doing. I'm never making myself do anything. So you just kind of got to trust that you'll get to that place where you just like the good stuff. Once you start replacing the bad stuff with the good stuff, the changes in your body will encourage you, will motivate you to keep that good stuff coming in. Anyhow, starting to ramble a little bit. Just my 2 cents worth today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.